Hey K-drama lovers! Welcome back to the channel, your favorite corner on YouTube for the most emotional, heart-fluttering, and sometimes tear-jerking moments in Korean drama land. Today, we're not just sharing a story, we're feeling it, living it, and remembering it together. Because some goodbyes aren't just words, they're chapters closing. We all know K-dramas are packed with heart-stopping moments and unforgettable chemistry, but sometimes, just sometimes, the magic spills off the screen and into real life. That's exactly what happened with Cha Eun-woo and Moon Jae-young. From the moment they first shared the screen, something clicked, a kind of unspoken understanding, a connection so raw and natural that fans couldn't help but wonder, is there more to this than just acting? But like every beautiful story, theirs, too, reached a turning point, a goodbye that came quietly, yet echoed deeply in the hearts of those who witnessed it. Today, we're taking you into that moment. Not just what happened, but what it felt like. Because this wasn't just any farewell. It was the farewell, the one before he left. And nothing was the same after that. If you're a fan of true beauty, you know what I mean when I say Cha Eun-woo and Moon Jae-young brought a kind of chemistry to the screen that didn't just melt hearts, it shook us. Every look, every near confession, every time they stood in the same frame, it felt real. And maybe that's why this particular moment hits harder than expected. Let's rewind a little. Imagine the lights are fading on set, the final scene has been called, and everyone is preparing to go their own way. Projects end, actors move on. But what happens when the bond between two leads goes deeper than scripts and scenes? What happens when the last meeting is more than just a goodbye? That's what today's story is about, the emotional last meeting of Cha Eun-woo and Moon Jae-young before he left. If you're still reading, grab your tissues, because this isn't just an update, it's a moment we're all going to feel together. The end of a drama always comes with a bittersweet weight. For the fans, it means no more weekly episodes to look forward to, no more behind-the-scenes glimpses, and no more dreaming of what-ifs between the leads. But for the actors, especially those who formed a close bond on and off camera, it's a silent goodbye to a world they built together. And for Cha Eun-woo and Moon Jae-young, their final meeting wasn't just a quick wave and walk away. Reportedly taking place right before Eun-woo embarked on his next project, one that would take him far from the familiar world he and Jae-young had shared, their last encounter was filled with quiet emotion. No cameras, no public farewell. Just two people, holding on to the weight of everything they'd lived together on screen, and perhaps a little off-screen too. What made this goodbye so unforgettable wasn't just what was said, but what wasn't. Those present, including some staff and close colleagues, described a deeply personal moment. Eun-woo, usually known for his composed and poised demeanor, seemed uncharacteristically reflective. Jae-young, ever the warm soul, held his hand a few seconds longer than expected, her eyes shimmering with unspoken emotions. And then, that silence, the kind of silence that wraps around two people who have shared something rare and beautiful. Can you picture it? A shared laugh that breaks the heaviness. A final inside joke that only they would understand. A hug, longer than usual, tighter, as if both knew that letting go wasn't just about walking away from the set, but from a time in their lives they might never get back. Some say Jae-young whispered something in his ear. No one knows what exactly, and maybe that's for the best. Not everything is meant to be shared. But Eun-woo's eyes turned misty after that, and those who were there say he looked away, blinked fast, and finally smiled with that familiar gentleness we all fell in love with. Now, let's pause for a second, because I want to hear from you. Have you ever had to say goodbye to someone important, not knowing when or if you'd see them again? That moment when everything inside you wants to stay, but life has already packed its bags and started walking? That's the kind of goodbye we're talking about today. So tell me in the comments, does this moment between Cha Eun-woo and Moon Jae-young remind you of anything in your life? Speech balloon. Back to the story. Fans have speculated for years if what we saw on screen between these two stars had roots off screen too. Whether it was friendship, something more, or simply a beautiful working connection. One thing is certain, it was real enough to touch us. Their last meeting only confirmed that this bond was something more than just rehearsed lines and coordinated scenes. It was authentic, And while Eun-woo might have moved forward to new ventures and Jae-young continues to shine in her own spotlight, that moment, that goodbye, will live on not just in memory, but in the hearts of fans who saw the magic they created together. And maybe, just maybe, they'll meet again. Maybe on another set. Maybe under different circumstances. Maybe when the timing is better. But no matter what, we'll remember this. And I know you will too. Before we wrap this up, here's a little something to think about. Why do we get so attached to on-screen couples like Eun-woo and Jae-young? Is it because they reflect something we want? A love so genuine, it blurs the line between fiction and real life? Or is it because they give us hope that even in a world full of fast hellos and quicker goodbyes, some connections are meant to linger? Let's talk about it in the comments. Drop a broken heart if this goodbye got to you. Drop a dove if you believe they'll meet again. And drop a red heart if you'll forever be rooting for them, no matter where they go. Until next time, K-drama fam, stay soft, stay passionate, and never stop believing in those once-in-a-lifetime connections. Because sometimes, the most beautiful stories are the ones that end with a quiet goodbye. And if you felt something during this video, even just a little tug in your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a little emotional K-drama moment today. See you in the next one.